Alright, everybody. This is my first time ever doing fantasy football, but I've looked up so much on it that I gotta have a good grasp of what's going on here. So I figured I'd go ahead and show off what I've done. If not for all of you, for me, so I can remember what I did. As you see, we got picks going on here. Draft actually starts in 17 minutes. But I'm kind of just setting up what I need. As you can see, started up kind of my own rogue strategy, but players I'm particularly looking for. One thing I can recommend for anybody who does fantasy football and is doing their own live drafts or even is just setting up their own player queue for auto picks is to make sure at the same time you are looking at last year's picks and scores. I have this on a second screen over here, but as you can see, I kind of have, it gives me a really good idea of who's getting picked when based on how many points they scored last year. I'll get a better look for everybody. Which is a really good idea, especially when you're watching the drafts go on. I used this strategy with a couple mock drafts this year and got a good idea of kind of where everybody was going to go and kind of who everybody's going to take. Because don't forget, fantasy football is just kind of a feast or famine game. So your strategy really is to kind of find who in what position when you're going to pick up top players. And yes, believe it or not, my player cues for Russell Wilson and the Seahawks defense is based on the strategy, not necessarily because I'm from the Pacific Northwest and the Seahawks are the best. So, but I'm kind of struggling a little bit in these later round picks. I mean, gotten everything picked up to about round 8, or at least what I think I want and what I'm hoping I get. I got a couple of pie in the sky hopes here with Julius Thomas and Jordy Nelson late, but you never know. Even Percy on 3rd, I bet you I could get that. But guaranteed, I'm almost guaranteed to pick up Eddie Lacy or Russell Wilson. Or, believe it or not, I may even end up picking up Peyton Manning since my first pick is in the 5th round. And unfortunately for the snake, I picked 6th. So I'm always 5th or 6th. I'm middle of the order every game or every pick. So I'll go ahead and get back to everybody when we get to see here in 14 and a half minutes what our draft picks are going to look like. Okay, round 1 is over. You can see that I got my pick, Eddie Lacy, 1st round. Peyton went first. This first 10 picks, pretty solid, pretty predictable. You can see that I took the unfavorite pick with Eddie Lacy over Marshawn Lynch. So Marshawn got picked up 9th, but that's kind of all right. I expect Eddie Lacy to have more handoffs than Marshawn this year, so we're going to just play a pure numbers game. But anyways, 1st round in the books. We'll check in 2nd round. Okay, round 2 in the books. We're kind of moving on to round 3. You can't see all who got picked first. But you can see I got Russell. I got 2 guys that scored over 200 points last year. That's a really good start. You can see Des Bryant got picked up right away. Tony Romo, which was a very off pick, but Doug Martin obviously was going to happen. And Drew Brees at 19. Now, I know I should have picked Drew Brees, but I'm also remembering Drew Brees getting his shoulder crushed. So we're gonna hope that plays in my favor. Hey, my pick. Let's watch me do this live. So I do get Percy Harvin. I'm getting pretty lucky, but over here on this, I'm seeing that I still have a lot of good wide receivers ready. Looking through my list here, I only see Demaryius Thomas picked, Des Bryant, Calvin Johnson, AJ Green. Let's see, Brandon Marshall. And you know what? I'm going to pick Percy, though. Percy should be on this list, but he's kind of not because of last year's performance. So, lucky me, my queued up pick is Percy. And I got Wilson throwing to him. So, double points every play. And there you go. So now you can see, here's my picks. I've got Eddie Lacy running the ball. Russell and Percy. And Percy going number 25 to me, behind Jordy Nelson. You see over here, too, if I take a look over here, Jordy Nelson was 11th highest scoring points last year. So we're hoping, and my luck with my league is that it's a kick return league, too, so I score points for that. And I couldn't think of anybody better to pick up than Percy. I'm hoping that's where I can put him, but if not, that was a fine pickup. Anyways, next round's about to happen soon, so I will get back to you at that round. All right, everybody, round 4, almost in the books here. 2 more picks, 1 person pick and 1 auto pick. So you can see from 30 above here, guys getting picked. The Seahawks defense got picked on me. So I went to my next best defense, which is Carolina, who scored like 180-something points, 189 points or something last year. And they're projected to score more this year. So I'm not banking on them being my big money maker, but if I can keep the points up on anybody, I can keep any regular season game within graphs. So my other pick was going to be the Rams defense. If they don't get picked here, I'll probably pick them up as a backup defense, just in case Carolina's going against Denver or something. But until then, we'll check back in here on the next round. But as you can see, my team's filling out pretty well. Lacey, Russell, and Harvin. And then with the Panthers defense, I almost got the Seahawks defense. I was a couple picks away. But I am only the second team to pick a defense, which I find important because it's a team effort on defense. You don't have to pick the individual players. So we'll check back in next round. All right, round 6 in the books, guys, and I'm starting to lose track. It's starting to go fast, but you can see guys still getting picked up. Shoot, Deshaun Jackson didn't even get picked up till almost number 50th. I had Vernon Davis on my list, but I'm going to have to go find another tight end here. You can see I picked up Victor Cruz. I think that will be a really good wide receiver combination. I mean, I'm hoping touchdowns is what's going to score me, but I do have to find more wide receivers for that 4th round, or for the 4th week bye. And I'm also going to have to find a tight end. So we'll check back in here on round 7. I got a couple more picks, or round 6, whichever round it is. And hopefully I end up with a decent tight end. All right, guys, this time round 6 is almost in the books. We're moving on to round 7 next. I did pick up a tight end, Jordan Cameron. Wasn't quite sure if he was even the starting tight end for Cleveland. And so I looked up a couple of stats. It got through it real fast as I could. I'm going to go with the most confident pick as I can. But as I see out of Cleveland's tight ends, he seems to be the guy on top. He's only the 6th tight end taken in our entire draft, so I really feel like tight ends are undervalued this year. But that's way okay. I'll undervalue a tight end all day because they're the ones who score you all the points in the end. Let's see. So fortunately for me, he's projected to score over 129 points, maybe 130. 129. And he scored 127 last year, so I'm pretty confident Johnny Football is going to have to throw to him. Hey, now we're in for my pick again, guys. I definitely need a second string running back, and Ray Rice has not been picked. Why? I don't know why. Projected to make 161 points this year. Now, these are obviously probably not going to happen, but, compared to last year, we're hoping on his health, and we're going to go ahead and pick him up. So, draft this player. It's been a couple rounds since I got a guy I was really looking for. And my backup quarterback, hopefully I get Tannehill. So my team comp is looking like my starting lineup's getting real filled out. Got Russell Wilson, Eddie Lacy. My camera will focus, you'll see all that. Ray Rice, Percy Harvin, Victor Cruz, Jordan Cameron. We're going to count on him for some just solid points. Although he's a week 4 bye as well. So I'm going to have a lot of backups playing in week 4. And then, of course, my Panthers defense, which actually was a high projected defense and not picked up. So we will check in after round 8. All right, and we did it, guys. Skipped a couple of rounds in the late. Didn't want to bore everybody, even though we're all bored now. You can see my team's filled out. One of the problems I was having drafting is right now I have 4 guys with with buys in game 4 of the season, week 4. So I went ahead and had to strategize my late picks for that. I did pick a second kicker. Just so that I'm scoring points for my kicker still, week 10. I actually picked up Shane Graham from New Orleans. I had the chance to pick up the Philadelphia kicker, Nick Folk, I think, but he plays my defense during that week. So I really tried to strategize on whether my guys would be playing each other, whether my teams would be playing each other, and who would really be rotating on what bye weeks. So you can see I got a pretty strong starting lineup. Kicker Adam Vinatieri is not who I wanted, but he was like my third kicker's pickup. Hauschka got yanked from me, and then I'm trying to remember who my second one was. But regardless, I did get a few good bench pickups. Anquan Bolden, I think, is going to be great. Jay Cutler's going to fill in for Russell week 4. Obviously, Hakeem Nicks is going to be a great fill-in for whatever week I need him or if I get any injuries. Pierre Thomas, I'm not exactly sold on, but let's face it, somebody's got to fill in on week 9 and week 11. So you're probably going to see him on both in mine. And, just as Delanie Walker, I'm gonna like having him as an option. He's definitely going to fill in great on one of the weeks the wide receivers is gone. Or is he a tight end? Okay, I just have to go recheck all my stuff. But regardless, I have some great pickups. I'm going to go ahead and review my team and start strategizing my picks for the year. Just like I said before, always keeping my stats up over here, seeing who's playing what week. And there you have it. So good luck to everybody in Charm City Ballers. I don't know who made this league, but clever name. And you'll see me coming to whoop a little ass, so be ready. And thanks for watching, guys, and good luck to everybody on their fantasy leagues this year. We'll have some more videos week to week based on our matchups.